Let's take a look at 10 different alternate builds for the LEGO Star Wars set, Jedi Bob's Starfighter, and this is set 75388. So all of these alternate builds have free building instructions available online on the website Rebrickable, and I will post those in the description of the video. So let's just take a quick look at the original set. So here's the original Starfighter. We've got kind of alternate version of Admiral Akbar as an Imperial trooper. And then we have the droid servo. And of course the legendary Jedi Bob. Alright, so that is our original. And then let's take a look at these alternate builds. So let's start up front. So this build is Jedi Bob's Red Angel, and this is by the builder ZSoultom. So this is like another type of Jedi Starfighter. Anakin Skywalker had a Starfighter like this during the Clone Wars. So we have a little bit of a similar diamond shape, but definitely kind of modified. We have these different kind of wingtip ends. We do have the rear engines. And we have that kind of similar angle of the wings on this ship too. And then here's just a quick peek at the bottom. It's mostly stable, and then we do have this nice section in the middle of the build too, you know, so you can zoom the ship around. That's always a nice feature, right? So basically this is just a different type of Jedi Starfighter, and the creator ZSoultom calls this the Red Angel. So Jedi Bob's kind of version of that. And we got a nice little cockpit area too. All right, our next build is right here, and it is Jedi Bob's Z95 Headhunter. And this build is designed by willstocky. Really neat little Z95. It also has a similar kind of profile to an X-Wing in a way, without the sort of an X-Wing with the S-foils locked in rather than kind of spread out, making that X shape. So we've got the blasters on both sides and just kind of a long nose on this ship. We've got a trio of engines in the rear of the vehicle. Nice little cockpit section. And this is a pretty reasonably sturdy build too. There's a peek at the bottom of the build. We've got one of the different color plates here. Is this like an azure? So very neat. So this is the Jedi Bob's Z95 Headhunter. All right, the next one is another build from the creator ZSoultom. And any guesses? That's right, this is a Naboo Starfighter, an N1 Starfighter. So we do have the nice kind of iconic shape where those Naboo Starfighters have the wings in the very front. It's neat to see a different patterning. You know, you think of those Starfighters with the bright yellow finish, although, you know, Mando has his Starfighter with just that silver finish. But it looks pretty cool with this red and gray and white color scheme. And then we have the little cockpit near the rear of the vehicle. And nice little use of this kind of bar piece, creating that edge, you know, that end of the Naboo Starfighter, that kind of crisp end to it. And here's the bottom. And well, several of these so far have had this kind of fold, this landing gear that folds out, and this one does as well. All right. Okay, getting into the back row. So that was our original build there. We've already seen that. And next to that is another version of a Jedi Starfighter, Jedi Interceptor. This is Jedi Bob's light modded interceptor by the builder Flo Lee. So we got the nice angling of the wings, the little blasters in the front, and some of these articulating side elements too. Oh. Yeah, sometimes you can have some of the little side elements that they can fall off a little more easily, but I'll just fix this up. Let's see. So see, this part of the wing is held by just this one little plate piece. All right. And then we do have a really cool engine bank in the rear. A lot of these vessels do use these assemblies here that include the little ice skate at the back, which is fun. Now in the cockpit of the vehicle, we have all of the controls in there. So we have a couple control panels, and then we also have one of the slope piece, the decorative slope piece. That's also a control panel. And there is a spot in the middle of this build on the bottom where you can, again, kind of hold the vehicle to show it off and kind of zoom it around. Always a nice little feature. Got the little grates on the front too. All right, so that is the well, this is a light modded interceptor, so this is like a Jedi interceptor, kind of one of the Jedi starfighters that, again, we see during the Clone Wars. All right, and then the fifth build. Any guesses here? So this is a Snowspeeder. So this is a Snowspeeder by, again, the creator ZSoultom. So that creator had a lot of the builds available on the Rubricable website, a lot of the builds that are freely available anyway. There are quite a few additional builds that you can purchase for an additional fee, just some custom builds that different people have made. This is a neat little starfighter, or neat little snowspeeder rather, with a nice kind of red color scheme to it, rather than the orange. Makes it look more like something maybe out of the Clone Wars. We've got the nice little engines and the front-facing blasters, pretty aggressive. We've got a nice little slope to the wings as well. Several of these builds have the nice sloping wing, and that's achieved with the little Technic piece here. So that's our control panel. I'll just pop that back there. Yeah, so this is a neat little build of a snowspeeder as well, and like many of these other builds, it has a nice spot here to hold the ship on the bottom. which kind of creates a nice base, you know, when you put the ship on the floor or wherever, or on the table. But then it also is a nice place to hold, you know, to zoom. It passes the zoom test. A lot of these ships in the video pass the zoom around test, which is always good. All right, so this is the first 5 of the alternate builds that will be seen. This is part 1, so I will be releasing an additional video that will show 5 additional alternate builds for this Jedi Bob Starfighter set, so stay tuned for that. But for now, feel free to comment below, and then again, you can find the links and the names and the people that created all of these builds. These will all be listed in the description for this video. All right, well, have a great day.